Ahoy hoy, welcome to another video here on the channel. This is going to be another Expanding Fronts team game that was played on Voobly. I should probably say these things at the start of the videos rather than at the end, but if you want to play these games online with us, we play it on voobly.com, which you'll find down in the description. You'll find invite links to our GBG Discord, like our little community there, and the Expanding Fronts one as well. And if you want to support the channel in another way, there's a PayPal link down below. Now, getting into this game, we've got myself here on the wing playing the Grey Naboo. My pocket's going to be Lucky Ashman here in the purple First Order. The other pocket, the Geonosians in the green here, played by Roland. And last but not least, we've got Jedi Master 96 here, Raphael, playing the red Wookiees, classic vanilla civ. And he's going to be facing off against Russian Blunt here in the Orange Trade Federation, with his pocket being Granuli in the teal Galactic Empire. The other pocket, John the Late here in the Imperial Remnants in the yellow. And last here we got Attack or Die, Attack Lives as he calls himself these days, in the blue Rebel Alliance. And this map is, I haven't really looked it up, but it's one of the volcano maps, and yeah, it's a volcano map. You can see the lava, volcano map. One of the Expanding Fronts maps, and you start with this like food stockpile. There seems to be some hunt scattered around, but it's a little bit ambiguous how much hunt everyone has. I don't know if there's a little bit of an issue with the food generation on some of these maps. I don't know, some of these dewbacks and things that spawn seem like they're a little bit ambiguous if they're actually for the players, or they're just like a generic spawn on the map like we would normally see in maps like Precipice where there's like extra food. Or maybe like in the forest maps, like in Age of Empires, we get those extra boars. But a little bit of food here. We've got the OPs, we've got a nerf. Yeah, that should get us going in the early game, but they're not really going to be a nursery from us here. Some of the players, though, making a nursery. Like Ashman here, he just loves the ability to ever go mounties, so he's put like 2 nerfs into the nursery, I'm assuming. He does have these nice little EOPs near his command center to catch now, while he goes off and gets this dewback. The map itself is kind of feels quite open. It reminds me a little bit of desert. Like the center's kind of open. There are like tree clusters everywhere, but it feels like you can, like there's a lot of space to get like forward infrastructure. It feels like kind of a big map, really. We're right up against the edge here, which is kind of easy for like walling. Just get a wall here, wall here. Could really delay things. And I don't know if we're going to see any sort of early game shenanigans or not from some of these players. Russian Blunt here does have a nursery. Could maybe go for some mounty aggression. And I don't really see like everyone eating a dewback, so I'm unsure if everyone does have a dewback looking around. As I said, it seems a little bit strange, the food on this. There's one there. I feel like I had a bunch though. Like I've had 3. I don't know if I've like stolen one from attack or not. I'm unsure. It's possible. I think there might be another one hanging about though. Maybe it's just this vapid. Seems like the Rancor in terms of its health, 150. I think they exist in the base game though, not just Expanding Fronts. What's Ashman up to? He's got some workers hidden in here. I'm not really too sure. I should probably speed things up just to make it through T1 because we know all about tech level 1. These players have gotten a lot of their fast gathered food. They go on to the slowest type, which is the food stockpile with a food processor. But it's a nice consistent amount of food. So it's good once you've gotten your big total, like your 500 that you need to tech up. That can sustain your command center. I think Raf's managed to get 3 dewbacks, and I've managed to get about 3. Oh, attack has found one here. So we seem to be quite a bit ahead of attack here. We've already got the troop center down. We're about to click up to T2. We're about to drop the power core too. Pretty much had a very perfect-esque sort of T1 here. So should manage to get some troopers out quite quickly. Much quicker than attack here. ahead of Raf in this regard as well. Let's have some farms dropped here, just to make sure he's got enough food. He's got quite a bit. This little dewback still gets munched away. We do see the troop centre and the power core already down, so it's going to be like an early mountie here for our Russian blunt. There's two. So it's going to hit now, but power core's already up here for Raf, and could maybe close this off with a house right now. Delay things a little bit more, but once he gets up to a couple of trooper recruits, he should be able to just take this trade very comfortably. When he hits T2 as well, the Wookiees have got a little bit of a bonus where they get a bit of extra health and damage on their workers, which would actually come in quite key here. A good opportunity to make use of that buff. You can see we're moving across the map here. I seem to miss these guys up on the food. Just going straight into the carbon. And I think if I bring a couple of workers and just drop a turret here, this is just a guaranteed kill, but I'm kind of just looking to do a little bit of damage and not outright murder attack. I would feel kind of bad if the game just ended instantly. As I said, maybe we stole the dewback. I'm not sure how they work, and as we can see going around, they don't seem very consistent on this map. He's pushed away from his carbon here. He is T2 though, so he could get a turret and reclaim it, because I've not placed a turret down. And Russian blunt here has been pushed away, and Raphael's going to be counter-attacking. You see the trooper recruits marching over. He is T2 now, so the upgrade should be on the way. He's not going for a second troop centre, so probably going to look to try and get up to tech level 3 and just use these troopers to punish a little bit and get some damage down. But double troop centre here for Russian, so he's actually getting quite a lot of trooper recruits out. Doesn't really have any walls though, playing Trade Federations. It's very easy for Raphael to just skirt around here and get into the carbon. But if Russian can just get an even amount of troopers here and then get the trooper upgrade, he should be okay. But that's some bad pathing. I don't know where these are. How did they even choose to do that? Where did you click? That's a bad time. Because he could have just gone round here and bullied the workers. Now Russian's going to get a lot of breathing room off that. And it might be a little bit awkward because you can see that Raphael's decided, oh well, I probably want to have a second troop centre now, because you know Russian can just come flying forward with a double troop production. So that's unfortunate. I don't know how they've decided. He must have clicked somewhere silly. Surely if he clicks here they wouldn't decide to go through the command centre. That's a bad time. So Russian getting a really lucky break there, because he was a little bit pinned against the wall there. And we're going to just leave in attack here. I made a couple of troopers and decided, you know what, it's probably best, because if I just go tech level 3, because we haven't really got the strongest pockets here, with me and Raphael ending up on the wing here, just with how the colours have been chosen randomly. So I thought I'd play it safe rather than just keep on the aggression. Now, Russians had a very good window here to like counter-attack, and he's not really done it, and so much so that Raphael's built the second troop centre, built up the troopers, and now he's going to be the one, that's the aggressor, moving across the map here, looking to collide with Russian's troopers. And it's about even there. I think the Wookiees kind of know what's going on just a little bit ahead of time with their line of sight bonus. It's looking like a very even trade, really. Attack trying to get in here, but we managed a wall, just got the turret sitting here. We built a few troops defensively, just for this kind of moment. As you can see, we're dropping a lot of farms down, thinking about getting off to tech level 3. And I don't really know if there's anything else happening on the maps. It's all looking pretty standard here in the pockets as they think about getting to T3. Attack sneaking around here. Just got a bit of light walls stalling things out. It's all looking very quiet now on Raphael and Blunt's side at the moment. Noticing I've got a little gap there. So I'm just using these walls to delay attack so I can get my troops into position. I think these guys are waiting to build some farms or something. And a fighter does arrive here on the side at the same time, so it's pretty good going from Bernoulli and Blunt here attacking in sync here. As Raphael's going to have to start building these anti-air troopers now. He did manage to land 2 shots there. Kind of went about even because he was kind of unlucky that the fighter was able to shoot the trooper as it was coming out. He's going to weather the storm here, but then we've got the strike mech as well, so that diverse sort of attack force causing a lot of problems right now. But there are 2 turrets, so he should manage to just weather the storm here. The troopers getting in some extra damage is really annoying. You can see they're getting shot at by the troopers. The anti-air troopers getting shot by the troopers as they come out and they spawn, because he needs to get them over here to get this fighter out of here. Really causing mayhem in his base here. Gonna have to regroup his fighters now though. But he could keep the pressure on and try and spawn kill more of these anti-air troopers. We're not really seeing much help from Roland as of yet. He does send a strike mech now, but it kind of needs like a mech destroyer or some air really. Turret getting some good shots there. Could be using these buffed Wookiee workers though. Maybe bash down this strike mech. Push it off the minimum range of the tower, rather than just sitting idle getting shot at. You can see a lot more of these troopers getting killed as they spawn. He's asking for anti-air, but Roland's kind of not really set up for that. He's dropping a heavy weapons factory now to maybe send like an AA mobile. He's got the mech destroyer now though, that's definitely what was needed. It's just been very hard to get like a lot of anti-air troopers together. And you can see that Lucky Ashman's sending me a lot of units, but I'm pretty good. I'm on the way to T3, I feel fine, I don't really need this. I'd rather that these units were out in the map being aggressive, you know? John did try to raid us a little bit with the air, but you know, we had a lot more breathing room than Raphael here to get anti-air troopers out ahead of time. Especially with the way that we walled our base and, you know, how we put attack on this at the back foot very early. Cornelius pulled his air away here, chasing these geos that Roland's actually sent out. So good move from Roland really there, because he's given a bit of breathing room for Raphael to get his anti-air out. Just needs to maybe move the mech destroyer over and clear these strike mechs out. I don't know what a worker was here building medium walls for, that's very strange. Cross-map wall aggression here from John. And Roland needs to take one of my Geonosian warrior classes, because I don't think he should have them all together. He needs to split them up, because they do so much damage on their own. The 2 are going to get a lot killed here for sure. But what you can really do is you can send them to multiple spots at the same time, and the air can't be everywhere. And people who build air tend to not want to build anti-air too much. So Geos can really pick apart airing players if you manage to hit them in different spots. But that's blunt. I lost quite a lot of workers there, so he's going to be in sort of similar duress as Raphael at the moment. He's only really retained his like farming workers and his Nova workers, but they're probably about even. Roland really overcompensating now. He's got like 3 anti-air mobiles in the base, he's built a turret and everything. Raphael needs to like fix his farm eco. We can say that Russian's probably ahead because he's got all these farms that are just working away. And he can just build carbon workers for now, but Raphael's going to have to build them all now, and catch-up's going to take a little while to really get into things. We built a forward fortress here, just being a bit aggressive. Sort of guaranteeing our ore here. Because we've got kind of limited space when you spawn up against the edge of the map. I thought we'd maybe just play from that and keep this sort of pressure on. And looking around the map, I don't really see too much going on right now. I think those Geos did kill a few workers of Granules here. He's still rallying them as well. I just sent a little bit of food here to Raphael to try and help him get up to tech level 3, because that's all he really needs to do, is he needs to get up to T3 and just drop a couple of command centers. Roland looks pretty well equipped to sort of weather the raiding storms for him now. He's built 2 turrets, he's got all these anti-air mobiles, just needs to somehow maybe fan them out a little bit. Ashman here. Got some mech destroyers across the map. Maybe not the best against the wing here, who can build mounties. He might just lose these for free. I think what we need right now is Ashman out raiding John, because John's got a bit of a boom going here. He's got 4 command centers down. He's not really facing too much aggression, if any at all. But Granuli's been terrorized a little bit by these geos that Roland keeps out in the map here. And Russian's managed to get himself to T3. Raphael's still T2 at the moment, but I think he's on his way now. Halfway across there. Ashman actually sending some air over now, so it seems to be an awful lot of anti-air now in Raphael's base. He asked for it, he received it very late, but he's received like 3 times the amount that he probably requested. Let's see, attack's looking to be very aggressive here on the wing, building like a forward shield generator, all these units together. I think we're just sort of booming a little bit, getting a little bit of an air force together, because we are Naboo. Handy to have that. And that'll be Raphael joining us all now in tech level 3. Looks like the game's going to get a bit quiet because the pockets are not really up to much. A wee geo running across here. Attack lost some workers. I don't know if that was my fighters or it was a geo. I don't know if I've actually been aggressive with the fighters yet. Some MDs on patrol here for John. Roman rallying artillery into Raphael's base, which artillery love to hit walls. So I've got some big brain play here from John where he's built a slight wall next to the Nova processor of Raphael with the anticipation that Roland would rally an artillery which on its default attack pattern would shoot the wall and slowly but surely kill the Nova processor. This is the where we've reached things in GBG, but will the HP... No, I don't think it's going to kill the Nova processor. The wall just didn't have enough hit points for that. All these houses from attack, been really annoying with these scouting prefabs. Speaking of scouts, he's attacking the mech destroyer with a scout, which could just turn round at any moment and probably one-shot the thing. Okay, Ashman dropping the shield generator, but again, I wish Lucky was more aggressive towards the pocket here. I feel he's been too worried about me, and in general, as long as there's not like 20 people in my base, I'm pretty safe. Because I have to be, because I get a lot of attention. So it's not always best to just rally me units that just idle in my base. Sometimes it's better to just be out there, raiding, doing damage, because I can soak up the abuse quite well. And some ominous forces here just hanging outside Raphael's base. We've got the advanced mounted troopers here, which got quite a few upgrades from Russian Blunt. We could do some really bad damage like to him if he's not ready. It's kind of scary looking when he's been rallying these artillery, but there's not really any strike mechs hanging about. We could maybe pump out a few troopers from the troop centres if we see this ahead of time a little bit. The fighters will help, for sure. From Ashman here, they're just sort of hanging about. Like some sort of patrol roleplay going on. This must be really annoying for Raphael. He's trying to play the game and there's just these fighters flying around. Because that would freak me out. I think they're like enemy ones or something. There's more of them arriving now as well. And the forward power course are maybe going to be like into heavy weapons factory. Yeah, some artillery maybe. Some good aggressive play planned here for Granuli and Blunt, but I think they're kind of missing a window. Because Ashman's actually arrived with all his air here that he sent. He's going to... Because of the scouting Geonosian warrior here, they see this ahead of time, and that's going to cancel this attack for them. So I think if they went in earlier, they could have wiped the power core and a lot of the forces here from Roland. And Roland's just moving up, completely blasé. Unhindered by the danger of the advanced mounties. I'm a little bit scared because he's moving it like some bad chokes here where you can't really react very well if the mounties come. And Blunt kind of knows. He's moving back and forth, anticipating it. At the same time, it's just some sort of proxy shield war here, where, you know, every time I look away at my air, it's running into airmobiles. Wonderful. And that anti-airmobile just donating itself here. And I think Granuli and Blunt should really have just taken this trade like 30 seconds ago. I think they definitely win. I see Raphael trying to get a fortress down here, but he doesn't really have much supporting here, and I think he probably needs a couple of troopers here. I can see the Mounties, once they get on top of the artillery, they are just going to explode. And now Raphael and Roland here are going to be on the back foot a little bit, and he said to cancel that fortress that he wanted there and build it here in the base. Power core looking very, very empty here, like Mountie's going to get right round it and kill it off. And it's a little bit of a disaster here. This is where we need the Geonosian warriors. They kill these off quite quickly on defense. And on the other side of things, oh, we can see that the piercing attack for these things has arrived, which is absolutely bonkers. They just get so much value. Like all these, this basically adds up to so many extra shots for them. Just against all units too as well. They're just really strong. A little bit tough. The Naboo mech destroyers versus these remnant ones. See, 200 HP versus 225. He gets that heavy upgrade too. I think this is 200 HP is about as best as we're going to get here as Naboo. It's going to be very tricky for this side because there's a lot of time where Raphael, I think, really wants to just be booming and catching up in his worker count. Having to worry about these invading forces. And they're going to get this forward fortress now too as well. And Granuli's a lot of time to sort of boom up and stuff. I don't know if he's on his way to T4 yet, but if he does get there, he can get some cannons out and, you know, quickly take down this fortress. See that Ashman's built a little bit of a forward here, making some extras, trying to help out, send some air as well. Not really microing it too well though, he keeps going for the workers rather than the fighters that are killing his fighters. Bit of TIE fighter on TIE fighter action with the Empire versus the Imperial, or the First Order rather there. There's too many Imperial civs now. And we are struggling to get enough mech destroyers out to deal with this big clump of these piercing shot guys. And I got the forward shield generator for Granuli. The transport mech. And I think that's us just had our over 8-minute pause for Lucky Ashman. That's what happens when your air cruiser comes out and it's not on no attack stats. Makes your farms go on fire. Riveting. Yes, we had to pause the game for over 10 minutes so Lucky Ashman could go and drop his daughter off. It's an experience. See a lot of things now here in the base of attack from John here. A couple of heavy weapons factories. Upgraded turret that's getting walled in. Fears the Jedi. Send these mech destroyers around to try and raid or something. It might have been better to just try and take this position down though. I'll kind of send air over this if I want. Things looking a little bit dicey here. Some heavy troopers arriving from Roland trying to get some forces out. Seems like an Avengers unit forming here between Ashman, Raphael and Roland. We'll try and stop Granuli the bully here on the Imperial mechs. And another fortress dropping now for Russian Blunt as he looks to get involved in the action. And as I said, it's sort of pushing this away with air. I think I got some big AC shots. I can see a lot of dead mechs because they kind of just overextended going down here. Killed a few of my workers, but I think they would have been better just sitting in the shields with some cannons and stuff. That's a little bit of time to get units together. Try and play that Naboo way. We've got some cannons, some MDs, some ACs, some air, some Jedi. Just need a little bit of everything to get the job done because Not any one thing's like overly super strong. I think a little bit of a saving grace here that Granulli's not T4, because there's not really any cannons, you know, chipping away while he's got all these forces guaranteeing the shield in the fortress. A little bit of a no man's land forming here. And do what we can with ACs, but John's very quick to get the bloody range on his AMBs. I thought I'd have a little bit more time to abuse them, but no, he's straight into that. Gonna try and convert them, but hard to stop them. They do take down one of the air cruisers. They make it much more difficult for us to defend these Imperial Remnant mech destroyers. We've got attack, being very helpful here with all these Mounties surging in. Do have the air though. We're trying to boom while we're doing all this nonsense micro. Trying to like convert these things just to kill them off as well. They're gonna need a big nerf, I think. It's not even just like the mech fights, they seem to do really well against their counters, like the troopers and stuff. Troopers are meant to beat them in cost efficiency really, particularly if they're like in shields. But the way that their damage splashes just annihilates troopers, and when big mounty clumps go towards them as well, they kind of just get gunned down. It's like that last samurai scene when they start getting those automated like machine guns versus cavalry running at them. They just get absolutely gunned down. And we're kind of lucky here that there's not a lot of mech destroyers at the moment, because they're so strong. Like once they get into a big clump, they're going to be so difficult to deal with like inferior Naboo MDs. A lot of action over here now. See, Nafel's memeing a little bit. He's gone full Clipper France. It's not doing too well into fighters and strike mechs. Let's try and boom a little bit here. I'm trying to get some trade on the go as well. I think I called for that. Built the spaceports. We all are guilty, I think, of being too slow to get on the trade. But it is hard to find the carbon to allocate to it, you know? Like a lot of the good things in this game cost carbon. I mean, you've been very fighty all game, you know, you don't have the hugest eco, so it's hard to have enough carbon to throw into it. Nice little AC shot there. Looking over, we've got the... Oh, Roland. Roland's a gamer, man. He's got the range on his artillery, he knows. Got the artillery here hanging about in the shield, and we've got Lucky Ashman's mech destroyer sort of frontlining right now. He needs to get the cannons on there, though. Cannons will really help. Doesn't need the pummel. He's going really hard on the anti-buildings. He's making everything. We've got some MDs showing up from Ashman now. It's really helping, because what we're trying to do is like build traders with the carbon, but also make mech destroyers. And feels a bit awkward. What am I doing resource-wise? Tons of food, but what do you spend it on as Naboo? Maybe do Crusaders, but I feel like my fortresses are going to get killed. I don't have the Nova right now. I think that's the big issue. I should have gotten this pile a lot sooner. During this moment where I'm struggling. I just sold a ton of food at the market there. And you've got Purge here on the Imperial Remnants. You can't really like steal their MDs, you kind of just got to blow them up when you convert them, but it seems like the only way to kill them really is to just convert them. We tried the ACs for a bit with 13 range AIM-mobiles though. It's pretty tricky. This is a very strong unit comp, just AIM-mobile MD from the south. With all that splash. Not really rating Crusaders when they've got repeater troopers backing this up. And plus the way the splash works, I feel like they're all going to get gunned down halfway into the fight. So our Berserker's going to be surging forward here for Mr. Jedi Master 96, not 69, because that's against Vooble's terms of service. Not advanced Berserkers though. It's D4. Probably should have got that advanced upgrade before he sends them to their doom. But they're buying a lot of time for the repeater troopers and the mech destroyers of Ashman and Roland here to get forward. And he's to maybe bring his cannons and his artillery forward, and they can kill off a lot of this infrastructure. And kind of a slow push from these guys, because I feel like they've got a lot more than I do. Bit of congestion there, the units are all very confused. This is about all we've got right now. I made these mech factories up here, but they're now offline, and they're like trying to rally through the units. So they're blooming making it though, somehow. You see how much is like being lost in like the splash attacks? It's crazy. Even when they were hitting the Jedi there, which would be great, the kind of, you know, front lining for your mech stars, but then the shots are going through them and hitting your MDs anyway. Try to convert more and blow them up. And they must get a big shield wall across the map here. Stop any raiding, but it doesn't really seem like the team were that keen on doing that in the first place. As everything's just going on these two fronts at the sides. But Roland started pushing, but he got a lot of artillery. He's bringing his troopers forward, front line for them all. Maybe get some new shields down. This is that point. 31 minutes into the video, I remember I have a coffee. Ah, it's nice and cold. And we're holding a little bit, but we lost one of our fortresses. I think I really would have wanted to go Crusaders. But I just know losing forts sucks. Niboo hard in this situation. Tried like assault mechs for a little bit, which is kind of good. So maybe their bonus damage and all that helps. Good against troopers and should be good against the MDs, I would hope. Come forward and convert a bunch of stuff again. Make them explode. Get the Cotter skill, destroy droid. Ah, Roland, get forward, man! You're absolutely pumping this game. You just need to bring the units forward, man. Reinforce your stuff. Get some shields down. Just go, go, go. What are you up to? What's the Roland cam? Where are these guys going? What are you worried about? There we go. He's doing it. Just had to go in the Roland cam for a moment. Oh. The advanced berserkers have shown up, but there's a lot of troopers here. These spear shots are going to shred these as well. Look how many dead already. I'm pretty sure I'm worried about that as well. I was going to try to convert a bunch of these just now. Oh no. We don't really have any assault mechs or anything. We don't have anything to like fire while we try to throw units into it. It's not great. They're really pushing on this side though. The Dark Troopers from Gurnilly. They're going to be very strong against 45 HP repeaters, but not too good into artillery. Especially with the way Roland's decided to play, where the artillery front lines for the troopers. That's the big brain counter to these Dark Troopers. John's made a lot of anti-air mobiles. Almost thought I shouldn't be killing them. I should just stop making air things. Just let him have his population and AA mobiles. You know, don't interrupt your opponent if they're making a mistake. And they're getting pushed back a little bit. They did get the shield down, so it's shouldn't lose too much ground right now, as John's throwing in those mech destroyers on this side now as well. I never really felt that we had something to work towards in terms of a win condition here. Because I've just been pressed too long to like get any Jedi out on the map. Do something extraordinary with them. And I was building these cargo freighters, I believe. I don't even know where mine are. I believe I'm building. There they are. I don't think these things are that good. Me and Raph kind of agree on this point. That these things are. I'm sure they think they've maybe done the math on them, but in terms of how it feels, I don't know. They're either not paying off quick enough or what. But I think I'd rather just make cargo hovercrafts. There's a certain feeling when I feel like I've been building trade for a while, when I expect to have a certain amount of Nova, and it's just not happening with those. Like the hovercrafts are honestly, they're really quick. I don't know, I think they just do the job better. They don't cost any Nova. That's my thoughts for the time being on the matter anyway. I'm sure I'll test it a bit more, but I think for now I'm going to be building hovercrafts. We've got a lot of units coming forward here with the Jedi and the Berserkers, almost like in melee mode, killing off a lot of stuff. John did sort of move his shenanigans over here for a bit. Like, Cornelius kind of got it under control with all these mech stores. God damn. A lot of units here. Might not be worth getting pushed back here too much. A lot of mechs showing up here from Ashman. Assault mech gonna get some nice shots on the troopers. Really not got quite too much. Very awkward spot. He's got these mounties though. He's getting some work done here. Maybe needs to kill off the power core. Stop these heavy strike mechs showing up. Be ruining his fun. A couple of dark troopers here. You can use that big control group of dark troopers right now to deal with that. And it's going to get really hard to deal with Russian Blunt now, feeling like he's online a bit now. You know, you got the Empire Trade Federation too, like the best mech civs in the game, on ground here, spamming mech. Hard to really trade with that cost effectively. Then we've got the Remnant Piercy boys as well. Really strong on the ground. Berserkers are not going to cut it. The Rafts try to make it work for sure. Probably thinking about the old 12 range artillery now though. The Clipper France build's just not going to do it today. There's no RVA in the game. If only. And it's just chaos here, just things dying all the time. Makes me feel like I need a bigger resolution. Then again, I probably won't be able to see what's actually happening. I've seen people with crazy resolutions. I think Ashman plays on some sort of psycho resolution. I hope he doesn't, but I did see him playing on it once and it looked mental. Kind of answered a lot of questions as to what Ashman might be doing. He's probably getting stun locked trying to find his strike mech when he's zoomed out about 10 times. Yeah, they're kind of pushing them back a little bit here, but then oh don't do it. Oh, I worry when you stack up like that against these things. It's such a nice purple beam. They're so good against clumps of Jedi. Just everything they're good against. They do like a nice generic amount of damage. 7 plus 7. How fast my Might Destroyers go down. Damn. And the Mightiest from attack here. And the other side of things, holding pretty strong. Haven't heavy strike max into the berserkers, just the berserkers aren't going to do too well. See some of the artillery trying to get out now, but Bernoulli is, he's got quite a bit of trade going, I think. So he's firing out those assault mechs now. And they're going to be no joke being Empire ones. They're going to do quite well against artillery. But these shadow troopers being thrown at us now, they're kind of difficult to deal with. We don't have much strike mechs. Started building some now. Unfortunately, these mech destroyers running to their death here into this clump of units. And Roland makes some troopers here, frontline a little bit, but not going to do too well on the assault mechs. They're now heavy assault mechs here. Still missing one range on these guys. Either the one in the heavy weapons factory or the research centre. I'm trying my best here with the mechs. Still have like a lot of mech factory infrastructure over here. I've built some new ones now though. I was really lazy about that. I don't know, it just felt awkward to go and build something off to the side for some reason. Too distracted. That's definitely something I could have done better. AC here, stalling a little bit, getting some shots off. Don't think there's really any anti-air. I think the days of when we really had fighters are over. But they're pushing in here, fortresses are down. The artillery's been killed off. Assault mechs are scary. And I'm trying to stall here. Do our best, but it doesn't really seem like we've got like a winning push on this side at the moment either. This berserker being annoying. God damn. So bold, but like killing things. Look at all the health. See that? Look at that. Nuts. Oh, I think we showed up and converted a few Jedi here. Just missed that. Or converted a few assault mechs, rather. We're doing that again. So not really any strike mechs out or bounty hunters to guarantee them just now. And doesn't purge. Assault mechs are getting stolen for now, and the forces are rallying out to try and take this position back. But they still got a push here on the other side, which Roland's trying to manage here. A lot of cannons from Russian Blunt, killing things off. And he's doing a really good job getting these shields down, making sure that all that land that they move and take is going to be theirs. These mechs are just getting spawn killed right now. Looks like your bounty hunters or your Django's in a Fort Blood when you get pinned. Just a corpse pile. And they're converting cannons here, going for the fortress. But at the same time, you know, things are spiraling out of control here. So he could only really stall this for so long. The attack's feeling a lot stronger now. He's got his Eco 1 line. Getting a lot of troopers, and particularly these cannons out for them and John here that are killing off the buildings. Kind of having to give up this area. Not live in this area. Getting quite close to trade though. And this side's still getting pushed in. This getting pushed back. Maybe need to wipe this force now. Help rolling out here. Let's move these units over. Take this position out while it's not the strongest. The remnants looking pretty strong. The Shadow Troopers doing a little bit of like frontline work. All these mech destroyers are killing everything else off. Oh, some Mounties here from Russian Blunt. They've proven pretty effective. Looks like they wiped that army from Raphael here. But Roland is he's moving forward again. Got quite a lot of units together here. Mech destroyers and troopers. The Mounties are going to get made short work of there. We do have the +2 range. Just needs shields, I think, please, because these artillery, they don't really have all the health upgrades. Shields super important. I had to ask the team for carbon now because, you know, I've fed a lot of carbon to these boys. Killing all my houses as well. It's not what you want. And the annual Jedi Master tax collection of collecting mech destroyer souls with Purge. You can see how much damage we're taking. It really does add up with that splash. And the repeaters here. I'm hoping after culling the herd a little bit we could maybe win this trade now. Looks like we've got a little bit of an elevation bonus here. If very mild. Some really strike mechs raiding now. Liberty, they kind of got the big shield wall, and we don't really have that. We're open but not welcoming here on our side. A lot of artillery out now from Raphael. These guys are griefing a little bit though. Taking the wrong route. He's trying to go and back up Roland here, he's got a lot of stuff out, but looks like he's lost a lot of his troopers, and now with the Mounties running forward. And then he's trading into the shielded Imperial Remnant mech stars, not the best. Weird looking artillery, those. Don't know if they look the best, to be honest. They look a wee bit pixelated. Didn't do very well anyway, did they? They just walked to their deaths. About these cannons. Trying to attack. Try and hit the shield generator. Oh, the air speeders right now, that's a tricky one. This is a bad time for us because we don't get Purge. But like these new ground civs have got like full Jedi trees basically. Really strong. So you can come forward and like convert my Jedi. So it's going to be really hard for Naboo to deal with. I can convert Jedi back, but when I do they'll just die. I won't get them back. And quite a lot of units here, but struggling to deal with a crazy strong mech of Empire and Trade Federation here from Grenouillian Blunt. A lot of assault mechs now from Blunt here. They're going to do really well against the units that Roland builds. It's just like mech destroyers, artillery, assault mechs very strong against those. Particularly in bulk. And these Shadow Troopers surging forward, killing things off, being annoying. We got some artillery here. Trying to help out against the Remnant MDs. But things are going really bad now that there's masters like converting. our assault makes that we're relying on, and our Jedi as well. We're relying on to try and keep these numbers down. And then of course we've got the speeders coming in now, where we've not really built air in a while. Got some fighters there, but we bring those forward. And at the same time, you can see that Roland's got on the assault mechs here, but a lot of Mounties just getting on top of them. They look pretty cool though, the Geonosian ones. Like a big bug. Like the one out of Starship Troopers. Some good artillery shots there from the Wookiees. Blowing a lot of these things up. Granuli's army kind of uncontested now though, with a lot of the attention over holding this side. Again, we come forward, we make some explode, but more get made. And then our Jedi start getting stolen. And then the Jedi that are stolen, if they've still got force power, can convert the rest of them. A chain reaction. All these forces here look like they're trying to get into Bernoulli's army, but they're taking a lot of shots from Blunt's assault mechs at the moment, which are kind of just uncontested. A lot more mech destroyers going to be made here right on the front line. It's going to be hard for us to deal with. And that Sith Master count getting higher as well. They've got like all the range techs and everything. Kind of crazy. It's almost like if you give like Empire a full Jedi tech tree. And Blunt just marching down here now. Uncontested, he's going to go straight for the trade, really. Nobody's home. Looks like a lot of forces are trying to get down there, maybe to stop him. It looks like really we're just surviving, so we're not really getting anywhere. And I think at this point I've run out of ideas on how I can win this game. Got some Jedi over here. Maybe forgotten about it. I maybe moved them away because they can't really do anything on my side anymore. Cleaning up some of these things. I think there's a lot of carbon been eaten on the map. I think everyone's like in the center now for like the last remaining bits of carbon. So really around the center. I got a lot of speeders out now. A very anti-mech army. A nice turret here from Ashman. Getting some good damage there. Really still marching forward here. Got a fortress and a shield generator down. Some Mounties coming in though, trying to clean this up, but the force is a little bit backwards here for Wrath. Can we get the artillery onto this fortress with a 12 range? But he's now getting flanked by Russian Blunt at the same time here, killing off a lot of the troopers. And we just have an all-out assault mech stolen, I think. Any that dare to try and stop it happening, getting gunned down by the mech destroyers. I think I was like popping the Jedi out, converting, and then running quickly back into the command center to cancel any conversions coming my way. As much as I can do. Oh god. Not even a lot of them shooting at them either. Just a few. So strong. Where are these workers going? All these strike mechs getting on the trade now. Some of the trade's okay though, the ones that fly. Really maybe gonna make like a fort down here or something. I think that's pretty much decided to call it GG there because we're not getting anywhere. And yeah, fun game, hard game, but it's nice to see everyone playing well in the late game, getting their unit comps out and stuff, and trying their best to like win, get on the trade and things like that. Quite like to see. It's just Ashman hanging in the game right now. But yeah, as I said at the start, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you like the content. If you want to see more, please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave a like on the video, leave a comment, that really helps the channel sort of grow, get a bit more exposure, and then hopefully get more people involved in playing this old but fun game on Voobly.com, which you'll find in the description link, and you can get into our GBG Discord community, which you'll find the invite link down, and the Expanding Fronts one as well, because this is the Expanding Fronts mod. And a PayPal link down below if you want to support the channel in a different way. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.